Channel 2 News continues with Chief Meteorologist Mike Alshers.
Did you know every day more than 575 Americans are diagnosed with a brain tumor? Well, fighting them is the focus of tonight's Ask the Doctor segment. Dr. Jonathan Tay is a radiation oncologist at the St. Mary's Brain Tumor Center. He can answer all your questions about brain tumors. To speak with him, call 858-2222. Lines are open until 6. Battling brain cancer. Find out how the cyber knife could help in tonight's Ask the Doctor segment. It's next.
All right, thanks for your call.
A brain tumor is a pretty scary diagnosis to get, but there are some high-tech ways to treat them right here in Reno. Dr. Jonathan Tay is the medical director of the Reno Cyber Knife, is also with St. Mary's Brain Tumor Center. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. Brain tumors are actually a lot more common than some people might think, aren't they?
They are. They occur in about 20 people per 100,000 population. Interestingly, the incidence has somewhat leveled off here in the last decade. They were increasing in the 70s up to 1987, and part of that increase was probably due to increasing technology to image and diagnose brain tumors. But really, since 1987, the incidence has, for the most part, leveled off or even declined a little bit.
Even though cell phone use has shot through the roof, so
even though cell phone use has shot through the roof, so that's an interesting, finding. There's all this controversy about cell phones since the WHO has released a statement saying that cell phone use could be related to increasing amounts of brain tumor. And they looked at all the studies that they could find, and they had a number of impressive researchers take a look at the studies. And based on a series of Swedish reports that showed increasing incidence of not only malignant tumors, but a benign tumor use, or benign tumors in people who used cell phones in Sweden, they concluded that it is a possibility. WHO concluded it was a possibility. There are numerous other studies, including the largest industry-sponsored study, cell phone industry-sponsored study, that didn't come to the same conclusion. The interesting thing about the Swedish studies is that they found the highest correlation with analog phone use. And so most of the phones we use now are digital. And they looked at digital phone use also, but the relative risk was not nearly as high for benign or malignant tumors as the people in that study who use analog phones.
Thank goodness.
And actually,
that makes me feel a lot better.
The digital phones have the same risk of being associated with a tumor as a wireless handset in your home.
Oh, so interesting. Okay, and then coming up at 5:30, we're going to talk about the cyber knife, which will actually treat these non-invasively. Dr. Tay, we certainly appreciate it. If you have a question, pick up the phone right now. Call 858-2222.